This course is designed to introduce you to essential Adobe Photoshop tools for the fashion industry. Although we used CS3 version and the overall appearance has changed with CS4, most tools, techniques, and features we will show you have not changed. So even if you have a new version of Adobe Photoshop, you will still learn everything you need to create industry-standard fashion projects. Before we get started, here's a quick rundown of changes between Photoshop CS3, CS4, and CS5 that are relevant to our training. Since CS4, you can now have all your open files appear as tabs in one window, and you can easily separate them if needed. Palettes are now called panels. There are two new panels, Adjustment Panel and Masks Panel. For most of you, the Variations options will be gone. Instead, you can use the Color Balance Adjustment layer. And finally, the Dodge and Burn tools have been improved. Among other features, CS5 added the Content Aware fill, new Bristol brush tips, a new mixer brush, much refined selection tools, as well as additional layers and tools enhancements. When you first open Adobe Photoshop, it can look very overwhelming, with all the tools, palettes, menu commands, and options, and quite often it stops designers from learning the program. What you need to understand that although the program is widely popular in the fashion industry, Adobe Photoshop is a retail software and was created for photographers and graphic designers. So as a fashion designer, I got to use only few features offered by Adobe Photoshop, and I'm going to emphasize on those throughout this tutorial. Keep in mind that Introduction to the Workspace is quite a lengthy chapter, because not only I'm going to show you what is what, but I'm also going to demonstrate how to use it on prepared files, which you can download and follow along. You can also watch this video in parts, and at any moment you can skip right to the lessons and go back to the introduction at your convenience. The default workspace in Photoshop contains a tool palette docked to the left side of the screen, where you can access tools to sketch and revise your artwork. On the right side of the screen are several docked palettes that make it easy to monitor and adjust your work. At the top of the screen is a top menu bar, which is used to access many features, options, and effects listed as commands, and their shortcuts on the right. I'll be using those quite often, and they will be displayed at the bottom of your screen.